welcome to another episode of Nursing with Abby. How are we doing? Today we're going to be talking about the most efficient way to use sit baths. Yes, sit bath. That is SITZ or Z if you call it, then baths. Now, before we go into the topic of the day, I'd like to thank you all my subscribers for always tuning into this channel. Thank you for growing this community together with me, and thank you so much for always staying tuned to this program or this channel. I really appreciate, and let's continue to do it more and more and more together. Now, if you're watching me for the first time, yay! You're welcome to Nursing with Abby. Now, this channel, we talk about nursing, we talk about lifestyle, and we talk about everything in between. My name is Nurse Abiodun. I'm a nurse, I'm a midwife, I'm a public health advocate, and I love what I do. I'm so excited today because we're going to be talking about something postnatal care. Now, quite a number of people do not really, they take a lot of premium or care to pregnant women, going to deliver the baby, and after delivery, everybody just does naming ceremony and goes their way. So they leave the mother and the baby to themselves. And that is quite disheartening because at that moment, the woman needs all the love and all the care that she can get. Not only during pregnancy. So today I did a video previously about postnatal care, the postnatal care made easy. I'm going to drop the link in the description box below. So if you are yet to watch the video, please make sure you watch the video. It's going to help you to understand the rudiments of postnatal care. I talked about the breast, the uterus, the lochia. I talked about exercise and rest. I talked about bladder and bowel control and all that. So please make sure you watch the video. Now today I'm going to be specific on how to do sit baths. Okay, now what is sit bath? Sit bath is the kind of procedure that is done to help heal various injuries around the perineal area. Yes, around the private area, the private parts. It could be your anus, it could be your vagina. Okay, so majorly, it's actually not done only for postnatal women. It's done also for those that went through surgery that has to do with the perineal area, maybe hemorrhoid surgery. It's also it's a good form of therapeutic procedure for them. But I'm going to be focusing on postnatal care right now. Now, during the period of delivery, a lot of women have to undergo what we call tears or episiotomy. Now, the tears could be, what happens during this process of delivery is that the head of the baby wants to pass through the vaginal orifice, and then the vaginal orifice might either be scarred, or it could tear, lacerate, or the healthcare provider could actually create a surgical incision or cut at the perineal area, that's the vaginal orifice I mean, to allow for the baby's head to pass through. Okay, that's possible, just to ensure that the baby's head, does not incur too much injury. And then when there's a surgical cut, which is like a sharp cut like that, and it is sutured, it opposes better than when there's a ragged tear all over the place, and it's a bit difficult for those tears to heal compared to when an episiotomy was actually given. Okay, so what happens in sit bath? Why do we need to do the sit bath? Now, the sit bath helps to aid healing, like I said. Sit bath also helps to prevent infection while the wound is healing, and then sit bath helps to give comfort, and yes, gives comfort and soothes pain. Okay, that's it. Now, what is the most effective way of doing sit bath? Now, a lot of people have their various understandings about sit bath, especially from our mothers who come to take care of us after delivery. Now, we have so many women that would, put, hot water, with towel, on your body unapologetically, telling you that that's how it should be done. But sincerely, that's really not necessary, especially for the perineal area. And the reason is this. Now, most of the sutures are like threads that are used to oppose the vagina after the episiotomy is done, to suture the area and then aid healing. Is done by the healthcare provider. They are made up of materials that are sensitive to heat. That means that they can, give way when there's too much, maybe the heat is too much or the water is too hot. So it is important, number one, that sit bath should be done not with hot water. You don't need an extremely hot water for a sit bath to be effective. Okay, all you need is warm water. Yes, the warm water Now, what is the definition of warm water? Warm water is the temperature of the water has to be compatible with your body system. It shouldn't be cold and it shouldn't be hot. So we are calling it something like a lukewarm water that you can use to take your bath without scalding or burning your body. Okay, so immediately the water is brought to your front, you can use your hands to check, or your elbow to check, or you could use a thermometer which would read about 37.2 or thereabouts, which is the normal body temperature. That's okay. And then the water will be placed in a big bowl that your bum can sit in it. Now, a lot of people have the idea of using a small bowl and then they'll just squat on the small bowl with the hot water, looking for the heat to come in and all that. That's not therapeutic enough. And this is talking from experience and then the medical aspect also. So what we do is we're going to put the lukewarm water almost half full of the bowl. Now the bowl, like I said, is going to be a bowl that your bum can sit in it. And then you're going to add this size of salt, like that. Just sort of scoop your hand in the salt and then you put it in the water. And then you can have a 2-cup full of maybe Savlon or Dettol, yes, and then you mix together. You sit in it for 5 minutes, morning and night. Now, what does this mechanism, what do we stand to achieve with this mechanism? Now, the warm water gives you that comfort feel, because definitely, you know, the under part of your body is also warm, so something warm also should be introduced or should be encouraged over there. Now, number 2, the salt is definitely a bacterial static agent. It prevents growth of bacteria, especially around those areas. Now, it's very difficult for a woman who has, you know, tears to really have to scrub that area because she's going to feel a lot of pain. So what the salt and the Dettol does is goes, you know, into that area and it helps to cleanse the area while the wound heals. Now, it's important for us to understand that after each procedure, we ensure that we dab the perineal area dry, because moisture is what encourages bacterial growth. So after the sitz bath is done at every procedure by you, make sure that you get a towel. I didn't say you should rub, because rubbing would inflict more pain and it could cause a lot of issues. So you just dab the area with an absorbent towel, okay? And try as much as possible. You can still use your pad, and then you ensure that you use cotton underpants or pants, okay? That would help to repel moisture from hiding in those areas and then aiding bacterial contamination. Okay, so please ensure all these points are strictly adhered to. Now, your pad could still be soiled, soaked, maybe towards the initial postnatal period, but at every time your pad is soaked, make sure that you don't use that same pad the whole day. That's just common hygiene. So make sure that you change your pad regularly, especially when you're still bringing out that look here, that much look here. Okay, very fine. That's okay. Now, we do encourage also that you take lots of water, which is very important to help to hydrate your body system and helps you to maintain balance. Okay, now there's another thing also that you try to improve on your nutrition with lots of vitamin C, vitamin D, and protein. Protein, we know repairs worn out tissues, so and it helps to aid healing, including vitamin C also. So please ensure that you take all those meals. If you can't take them in supplement forms, you can take them in your meals. Now, anything that has to do with colored fruits is known to be filled with vitamin C. Oranges, pears, apples, bananas, they have a lot of vitamin C, and they help to aid wound healing. Now, the other one is the protein, which we know is eggs. We know beans, we know eggs, we know chicken, we know meat, we know beef. Take lots of protein because they will help to aid the repair of tissues, worn out tissues and cells, and they also aid healing. So that's what I have concerning sitz bath. If you have any questions, if you have any queries, any addition, please slide into the comment section. I would like to see your comments on this particular topic. Maybe you have a better way of doing sitz bath. We can learn from you, okay? So thank you so much for another episode of Nursing with Abby. I really appreciate your presence this episode, and please make sure you join me in the next episode. Ensure you like, ensure you share, and ensure you subscribe. Thank you so much for another episode. Till I see you in my next episode is bye for now.